today. From State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Arizona Cardinals taking on the Washington football team.
Takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 12 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So out come the Cardinals and their offense in great starting field position. Leading them out, their two-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his fourth season now from Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
Two touchdown passes last week.
Two touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
This one caught by Davis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. For a Cardinal. The numbers for Davis last week, 4 catches, 54 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down, and
again it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Prater on for the field goal, a 28-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0.
Washington, nothing.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Takes over 1st and 10. at their own 25.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now with Robinson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
This season, a sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Watson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. I'll give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
At their own 40.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
The pass incomplete. It's 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
The pass.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Tress Way now as he's on to punt for Washington. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. They're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the
throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
That's good.
7 yards there and a first down. Now it's Watson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd down, it's Patterson, and he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Cardinals 3, Washington 0.
On 1st down, Patterson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Justin Jones brought him down. 4 yards on the pickup.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Jared Cook, his Pro Bowl tight end, was the target. And now it's 3rd down.
For Jared Cook. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd.
Here's Watson.
And 6 yards to go.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he'll get this one up to the 26.
For the ball carrier,
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete.
The pass.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help him at contract time.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
And they've got that lead so far. One interception for him, no touchdown passes. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Watson. That's complete to Jake Butt. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
To Jake Butt. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down. It's Patterson, and he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll look underneath and dump it off to Duke Johnson. And, Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, Watson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Trey Hendrickson, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 20.
Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
A gain of 4.
So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin by heading out to Southern California. Kansas City and the LA Chargers in an AFC West matchup. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Matt Ryan, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their second straight to start the year. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing again is Watson. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
38-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Watson. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That's good for a Cardinals.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
Oh, I can't get my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a 3rd down.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Watson looks to throw again, and he finds Cook. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 7 yards the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, he's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it winds up at a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
There is Campbell on the return. Washington takes over 1st and 10. At their own
first possession of the second half now for Washington. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interceptions? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if you're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
7 yards there and a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
complete.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
And that is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run here with Robinson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Nothing.
2nd and 7. From the gun, Watson. This one caught by Davis. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 14. Across the 45.
That's another Cardinal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take him look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. From the gun, Watson. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete.
Watson's pass.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now Watson. The catch made by Miller. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
On 3rd down, Patterson, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it makes things a little more interesting now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Prater's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
Cardinals 13, Washington 0.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base.
25-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Cards, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.